Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tom Talks. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And today we're going to be doing a review of the new Spider-Man film, No Way Home. Now, normally we don't do spoilers on this channel, but if I want to talk about the film, which I kind of do, I'm going to have to talk spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film, click off, do it. Don't ruin the film for yourself. But if you have, let's get stuck in, shall we? So, I bloody love this film. It was the perfect Spider-Man film, in my opinion. As someone who's loved the characters since they were a little boy, I think my mum's got this picture of me when I was like 2 or 3 with Spider-Man at like a circus or something. Don't remember it, but the photo is there. I've loved Spider-Man. I love the animated series. I had the game on PS1. I love the Raimi films. I still love them today. Even Spider-Man 3 with all the memes. The Amazing Spider-Man films, they never really did much for me, to be honest. I didn't think they were bad, but I did watch them because Spider-Man. But I really enjoyed Homecoming. Homecoming is one of my favourite MCU films, personally. Far From Home was enjoyable, but I didn't like it as much as Homecoming. But the best Spider-Man film before this was Into the Spider-Verse. I love that film and I can't wait for the sequel. But No Way Home has managed to top all of them. And it's been amazing. It was such a good film. My expectations were here and the film, it's off the screen. It was up here. I loved this film from start to finish pretty much. I left the cinema happy with a smile on my face. Not many films have done that for me. I think Endgame put a smile on my face. But this did as well. I loved this film. The characters, fantastic. Tom Holland, definitely his best performance as Spider-Man and Peter Parker in this. You really felt the character in him. And is he my Spider-Man? I guess he is. I think he's a very good Peter Parker. And he's a very good Spider-Man. And together, that makes him the best one. Because Tobey Maguire was a very good Peter Parker. Spider-Man, he was decent, but... And Andrew Garfield, I mean... He didn't really feel like Peter Parker. And Spider-Man... I don't know. But yeah, I think he was great. But... Let's get into the real spoilers here. The Spider-Men were back. It's put a smile on my face now. It put a smile on my face at the time as well. Tobey Maguire was back. Andrew Garfield was back. I was buzzing when they came on the screen. I was so happy. I was smiling like this, thinking about it. It's put a smile on my face. I need to see the film again. I've got to find a friend who hasn't seen it. Go watch it with them. I went with my mate Rem and he was like ecstatic as well. But seeing those two again... Oh, it was great. And it didn't feel forced. They worked well. The character dynamics between the three, the camaraderie between them, the chemistry, it was all so good. And it felt like they're Spider-Man. And also, Andrew Garfield was actually really good. Like, Tobey Maguire was Tobey Maguire, and he was good. But Andrew Garfield really accelerated my expectations because he was so much better than his character was in his film. And it felt like they were from the same universe they'd come from. You felt the pain they'd suffered and what they'd had to deal with in their universes. They all came together. They were all Spider-Men, and it worked so well. It was just a joy to see. Oh, and the returning villains. Top job, Disney. Top job. Already have my soul because I have Disney Plus. You now have my congratulations. Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin. Fantastic, brilliant, even better than he was in the original Spider-Man film for me. Such a great villain. He might be the best MCU villain. Like, Thanos is obviously fucking incredible, but I think Willem Dafoe is up there with him as well. I mean, he was like tyrannical, he was fearsome, and he didn't give a fuck. But you could see the two characters, like Norman Osborn, was trying to combat it. And it's like you felt for the character because the character wasn't completely in control of its actions. But oh, what a performance from Willem Dafoe. Alfred Molina as Doc Ock was great. Really liked him. I liked like the interactions with the old characters, like Doc Ock and Peter recognising each other. That was great as well. Like the Tobey Maguire Peter. Electro was much better. They even had the dubstep in, like, and I was fine with that. I loved that. That was a nice little throwback. And he looked more like the character looks in the comics, so that was cool. The weird blue thing was there, but then they explained that and all that. That was cool. There was also that joke where he was like, "Damn it, man, I thought you could be black," when he talked to Andrew Garfield. That was funny. Sandman was in it. Sandman was cool. It's like he was not completely on the side of the villains, but he was a very conflicted character. He probably just wanted to get back to his universe. So I could kind of understand why he turned. I think some people are like, well, why does he turn? Because he's a good guy. But I think the Lizard was fine. The Lizard did its thing. I think it fit well with the character of that film. And have I forgotten a villain? So we had Sandman. No, I haven't. That's all the villains. And they're all really good. I mean, technically Venom was in it, but he wasn't. And that end credit scene, I guess, kind of sets up that we're going to have Black Suit, maybe Spider-Man in the next film. Venom might be in it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Sony's doing its own thing. I'm interested to see what they do with it. We'll see. But that end credit scene was interesting. But yeah, the villains all work so well, and they just fit in really well with what the film was trying to do. It didn't feel forced. It felt natural. It was great. The side characters, I think this was the best performance from Zendaya as MJ. You could really feel her and Peter's relationship. I'd say it's the best relationship between the characters. I think Toby and Kirsten was like an interesting dynamic, but it didn't really feel like MJ looking through other MJ stuff, whereas Zendaya is like a more modern take on MJ, but it works. Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy was cool. I think her and Andrew Garfield worked because they were dating at the time, and I guess Tom Holland and Zendaya are dating now, so maybe that's why that works, but I think they had a good chemistry. Ned was cool in this. He had some funny comedic moments, which I liked. Marissa Tomei's Aunt May. Oh, the sacrifice. I think she's a decent Aunt May, and the fact that she said the line was, I think, good, cool. Because obviously we didn't have Uncle Ben in this series, so I think it was important to her to say. And her death, you could see the impact it had on the characters, and it was a dark and sad movie at points, but it's so good. Doctor Strange was cool. I liked his appearance here, and it's obviously setting up what's going to happen in the Doctor Strange movie, which I saw the trailer at the end of the film. I cannot wait for that. That's going to be... You think this had cameos, wait till that film comes out. Wait till that film comes out. As for the pacing of the film, I thought it was very good. I think it started off well with Peter and the others trying to overcome the fact that he's been accused. Oh, and Daredevil is back in the MCU. Daredevil is in the MCU. Yeah, cool. Daredevil's a cool character. I need to watch the Daredevil TV series though. And then it flowed into him, the spell, and then I just think the film flowed so well. It felt like it went too quickly, but it was like a 2.5 hour film. But it felt like it went so quickly. But it was so good. I think the fights were really cool. There was emotion in this film. I think every character fitted and the chemistry was all very good. And I love this film so much. They had lines as well, like Norman Osborn going, you know, I'm something of a scientist myself, like stuff like that. They did overdo it though. Like, I think my mate was like, oh, why didn't Peter Parker do the weird strut he does in Spider-Man 3? I think that wouldn't have fit him. That wouldn't have fit in. But they had the right amount of comedic lines and throwbacks and callbacks. I loved this film. This film made me very happy. I had a lot of fun with it. It did what it wanted. It exceeded my expectations. You can't see my hand because that's how high my expectations were exceeded. I love this film. I've said that a few times, but I just, brilliant, amazing. It has to get a 10. 10 out of 10. It has to. This is the best MCU film now. It is. It's just, I see no faults in it, which make me think, this is a 9. No, 10. I want to see it again. I'm going to hopefully see it again. I love this film. This film was amazing. I don't see a Spider-Man film ever topping this film again. Maybe it will, but this was amazing. Thank you for listening to this review. I hope you enjoyed the film as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think it's a 10? Do you think it's a 9? Do you somehow think this wasn't a good film? If so, put your thoughts in the comments, because I think we need a chat. But yeah, thank you for watching this video, and stay tuned for another Tom Talks.